everyone. Today I'm here with Professor Marco Panza. Marco Panza teaches philosophy and history of mathematics at Chapman University, and he happens to be my husband. So at the time of coronavirus, we are sharing our lives with family 24 hours a day. And so we're going to do this um, this video together. So tonight Marco is going to make pasta alla carbonara. Pasta alla carbonara is a very typical Italian dish, which has traveled throughout the world, and it's nowadays often found in restaurants here in the US and across the world, and sometimes also grocery stores sell salsa alla carbonara sauce. However, it just so happens that outside Italy, carbonara is very often, if not always, made with cream. But in Italy, it's actually a sin to put cream inside carbonara. So Marco tonight is going to show you how to make real pasta alla carbonara without cream.
The question is not only a question of tradition, whether to put the cream or not. The question is that if you put the cream in the carbonara, you miss the taste of the carbonara. So simply it's not a carbonara with cream. It's not carbonara, it's not pasta, it's nothing. It's only something, only something without any taste that has even far closeness with carbonara with an Italian pasta. Because the philosophy of Italian cuisine is to
enhance.
Yes, in the end you have to distinguish taste one from the other. If you put cream inside, all go together, and so you have something else that has nothing to do with the Italian cuisine.
Okay, let's get started with the recipe.
Okay, another problem: carbonara should be made with guanciale. Is the part of the
pig.
The problem is that guanciale in California, I never found it, and so overall in this period of coronavirus, not very easy to go to look for something. So I found an uncured bacon that is certainly not what you should put in a good carbonara, but to make this rather than guanciale is an error, but is not a so dramatic error as to put cream inside. And so I will make it with it, but please, if you make it and you can find guanciale, that is the cheek of pig, that's much better. And by the way, also the problem is that I bought other times that is bacon, sometimes as big pieces. This time I found it with, it's cut. It's good, but other time here, for example, it's cut in slices, so you have not to cut in slices. You have to have a block, and then you cut in cubes, little cubes, never in slices. But that's what I have today, and I made with. Okay, so I cut the guanciale. You have not to think that is too much. There's never too much. My wife always eats when I cook with that put me very, very nervous, and she does it exactly because of that, because she wants that I become nervous. Okay, and so this is our guanciale, fake guanciale. And then we go on the far here, we have a pan with a little bit of oil, really not so much. Oil is Italian translation of English translation of oil in Italy is olive oil. There is nothing else than olive oil. So we do not say olive oil, we say oil, because there is nothing else than olive oils in Italian cuisine. And so a little bit of oil, not so much, because it just needed to begin, because then what we have to do is to have the fat of the guanciale that go out from the guanciale. So you begin with not very big fire. And so you take a wooden spoon, so you wait a little bit, not too much, to begin to be a little hot, and you put the guanciale. So the aim of the question is to have the guanciale have to lose all its fat. And the fat of the guanciale is exactly what is needed to put on the pasta. Okay, you can put a little bit. That's not really necessary, but I sometimes use it. You can put a little bit of white. I have
White
a
wine.
bit of garlic here at the beginning. Also, it's not essential, but I like with garlic. So you can put a little bit of white wine. You have not to taste the white wine. It's simply to allow the guanciale not to become too dry. But before that, what is absolutely fundamental is to put black pepper. Carbonara is called carbonara because it is black of pepper. So when you think that you have put too much, you put 3 times more, and then you have the half of what you have to put. Okay?
Okay.
A little bit here, a little bit of the white wine, not too much, and leave to go, not with high fire. Then you came here, and you need. You can put.
I'm going to put the pasta so that it's going to cook. The water is boiling on the stove. When the water boils, you add some coarse-grained salt, depending on your taste. We don't put too much salt, and also the bacon and then the cheese and everything that we are going to add for the carbonara is salty. So I don't put too much salt. Also, we want to control for salt because it's very bad for our health. So, but you put the salt only when the water boils. And after putting the salt, you add the pasta. So that's what I'm going to do as Marco continues to prepare the rest.
So in Italy, we say that we have 365 recipes for pasta that you can make, each one for any different day of the year, in the same time that you put the pasta in the water. So the pasta is in the water. Now you take 1 egg and 1 yellow of the egg per person. Here I have my 4 yellow. Here you have the album. And then I put the 4, we are 4. So you put the other 4 eggs here. Now is the sorry, can you? Okay. Sorry. So you go with the eggs, and then you put pecorino romano. We found it at Trader Joe's. It's not too bad. You put a little bit more than a little bit. You have to have here a good cream. So it's exactly that normally the cream is put in the carbonara in order to make this cream. But if you know how to make it, you can, of course, avoid. You have to avoid cream, a little bit more pecorino. And what is important, a little bit of oil, not so much. Okay. And then you can put, if you want, a little bit of parsley or basilic or nothing in the Castelli Romani, the Romani castle where the carbonara came from. Normally they put a little bit of basilic, not so much. Basil, sorry, basil. Yeah. Okay. You go a little bit more of pecorino. You have to have a very good cream. And now, what is absolutely fundamental, you go also with the pepper here.
So you see how much pepper it took.
Wow. This is for my kids, but then on my plate I put the double. For the carbonara, you have to really taste.
So it's nice to show how thick the carbonara sauce is.
Okay.
So you see, it's not liquid; it's quite thick, and you don't need cream for it.
Okay. At this moment, you are practically finished. You only to wait for only to wait that the pasta is cooked. This, as you see here, there is a lot of fat. Okay. And this is exactly what you need. Then the difficult moment came when you have to put all this together. It's not as the other pasta where you put the pasta out from the fire and then you put the sauce on it. We have to follow a certain procedure that I will explain to you when the pasta will be cooked.
We have to avoid cooking the egg. So that is the critical moment in the whole process. You don't have to cook the egg, because if the egg gets cooked, it becomes like a frittata, like an omelette. And pasta alla carbonara is not pasta con la frittata or with an omelette. Okay?
I think that if you want to, you can stop and no? Okay. So, yeah.
So we have to wait another few minutes because I put the pasta on, as you may see here, and it needs a little bit of time to cook properly. We cook it al dente. Al dente means that you have to really feel it when you chew it. It's not going to be something too soft, too tender and slimy. It has to be quite hard. So that's what it means, pasta al dente. Again, this is a typical, one of the few things that allow you to tell apart whether, for instance, an Italian restaurant is actually cooking the Italian way or not. And so it's whether they serve pasta al dente, which remains quite thick and hard, or whether, if they are not really doing Italian cooking as it should be done, the pasta is going to be too soft and slimy, which is something that for Italians like us is almost anathema. So the The bacon is on the stove, with guanciale is on the stove, and it's almost ready. So the pasta is almost ready too.
Carbonara in the tradition is made with spaghetti. We made today with
Rigatoni.
rigatoni. It's normal. You find it also with rigatoni in Rome and near there. So it's not a change of the tradition. It's more traditional with spaghetti, but with rigatoni is good. Okay, because rigatoni taken up the sausage of the pasta, the sauce of the pasta. Sorry. And one important thing: if you make the spaghetti, what is like possible, possible even traditional, please use real spaghetti, not very thin one. Spaghetti are not thin. If you use thin spaghetti with a carbonara, you lose completely the pasta. And insofar as the sauce is very tasty, if you lose the pasta, you are simply eating eggs with peppers. That's absolutely not what you have to do. So the pasta has to be there, present in an important way.
Okay, so here's the rigatoni. You can see it also with your fingers. It's still very hard, maybe a little bit too hard. So I'm going to taste it now, and I'm going to tell you exactly how long it will take to get it cooked perfectly. Yeah, it's still quite hard. You can see, you can feel it and even see it, because while the exterior part of it is the typical pale yellow of cooked pasta, inside it there's still a little bit of white stuff. Okay.
And can you show the because now you see before the fat of the guanciale was opaque in some sense because they were still white inside. Now the white has completely evaporated, and now it's very transparent. That is what you have to do.
Mm-hmm. And I think our pasta is going to be cooked in 1 minute. And this is not really a matter of taste. It is really a matter of how Italian pasta should be cooked. Also, that shows you something. I didn't even watch the time assigned for that kind of pasta on the box. You just taste it. And maybe you also want to use that visual clue that I gave you, the tactile clue, the visual clue, and the taste of it and the consistency of it once you chew it. So Martha's just confirmed, and so that tells you something that we think is very important, namely that recipes are not like protocols. You have to use and make use of a lot of cues, and you have to practice and learn how to do things. So cooking is a form of know-how, like playing an instrument or doing some sports. So with practice, you become better and better at it. And you can actually forget about the recipe meant as a protocol with a fixed, not only series of ingredients. The ingredients are pretty important in a recipe, but sometimes you can allow for variations, as we have seen before with guanciale, etc., which we substituted with bacon because we can't easily find it here, particularly at the time of coronavirus. But also, in the traditional recipes, you get the procedure. And the procedure is a protocol. It tells you do this, do that, don't do this. No, they never say don't do this, don't do that, but only give you a set of instructions. Now, what we are very aware of is that maybe that is just a suggestion. Really, knowing how to cook is a kind of practical knowledge or know-how, and that requires exercise and practice. Okay, so the pasta is ready. So Marco. No, there. Right, put it here. non andare là. Allora. Okay.
Now you put the pasta on the same pan that you used to cook it.
Okay.
And you put the pan on the fire, that's a small fire. You take your wood spoon, and like a little bit of water, not so much. Then it is a moment to put the guanciale. You put the guanciale, and you have to mix it. Okay, and then is the difficult moment. You go with the egg in the same time that you mix it. With it on the fire, and but you have to leave when the eggs begin to cook. Just you need to have a cream. You have not you need not to have an omelette. Okay. Now you can do the same here, and you put your carbonara inside, and here.
Here we are. It's a fantastic carbonara.
And in the end, let's put a little bit more.
Because carbonara comes from the Italian word carbone, carbon, charcoal, and so it has to look a little bit black.
Okay,
And
bye-bye.
So thank you so
Very
much.
good.
It smells fantastic. Thanks, Marco.
Thank you. Thank you.
And goodbye and enjoy.